What's up, everybody? Thanks for hanging out Bridgeside on this Monday night for another edition of Bridgeside Sports Live. We're back with another episode. Let me introduce you to the crew. To my left, we got Win Allen. What's up, Win? How you doing?
What's up, baby?
And right next to him, we got Chris, the analyst Ventra.
What's up, people?
Very
How you doing?
nice.
It's your boy.
All right, take it easy. And finally, rounding out the set here, we got Dr. Sports Science, Philly Cags.
What's going on, guys?
And we can't forget about Donnie in the control room over there. What's up, D? So the crew's back, and we got a new format here. We got a half-an-hour format, and we're going to jump into it pretty soon. But first, I just want to introduce the question of the week to you guys. So with all that's going on in the NFL the last couple of years, and in light of all this protesting yesterday and the first few weeks into the season, we're just wondering, is the NFL in danger of losing the top spot in terms of America's game, America's sport? It used to be baseball back in the day. Football kind of took over. Is it in danger of falling back a few ranks and making room for a new sport as becoming America's favorite? All right, so if you have any comments, please chime in. We'd love to hear it. But now we're going to get right into our 10-minute rundown. Okay, a lot of topics this last week going on, and we have to start with the big lead yesterday. Finally, Carmelo says goodbye to New York. Okay, so I'm going to start it off with Phil here. How did the Knicks make out in this trade?
I actually think the Knicks did pretty good. I think they had no leverage in the trade because Jackson gave the no-trade clause to Carmelo. He just opened up teams to Oklahoma City, and they didn't get every. Cantor's going to opt out. McDermott's only got one more year in his deal. It's a rookie contract, and they got a second-round pick, which I would have really hoped for a first-round pick. But with all that being said, I think they did pretty good for the leverage. Kansas is a pretty good scorer, actually.
Yeah, let's not forget, though, he is an offensive player.
Sure. They don't have defense anyway. And you know what? They needed to get rid of Melo. That was the biggest thing. They needed to start fresh.
Cantor does not have a friendly contract either, though.
But he can opt out after this year. And with the prices that everyone's getting, he should be opting out.
Okay, I'm going to move it over to Win now. So, getting Carmelo, right? They've had a big offseason now. Mm-hmm. OKC, right? They got Paul George. They got Melo now. Where does this team rank in the West?
They're definitely in the conversation. Top 3, top 4, maybe even top 2. Between Melo, the reigning MVP in Westbrook, and George, I mean, that's a pretty stacked team. I mean, some people might argue the Rockets with Harden and Paul, but it's tough. It's tough. I think, gun to my head, I think I'd go with the Rockets 2, and the Thunder 3. See how they mesh together.
I go Thunder 2
because I don't know what Melo is.
I go Thunder 2, Spurs 3, Rockets 4.
Still the Spurs?
Wow.
I don't know. They're just a little bit older.
Don't discredit Popovich. That's all I'm saying.
I agree.
Understood, but so you're really big on the Rockets. I don't know how those players are going to gel either.
I don't know either, but I think Harden is probably the best player. I think he's better than Westbrook, as crazy as that sounds.
Don't sound crazy. I disagree,
but I think he's better. I think he's the best player of the bunch, and I don't know. I'm not a fan of Melo. I've seen him too much. I don't think he's putting them over the top. Just me.
The good thing about him is he is a jump shooter. At this point in his career,
yeah.
So he doesn't demand the ball as much as I think Houston's going to have problems with Paul and Harden. I don't know exactly who's going to have the ball in their hand.
Yeah, but it might be nice for Harden to come up from screens and get put in better position to score. I know he likes to have the ball in his hands, but I think they might complement each other.
Okay, and I'm going to bring it over to Chris now because this brings closure to the Carmelo saga, right? He's out of New York, so the book is now closed on him and his history with New York.
Good riddance.
How? I guess we kind of already know how you feel about him, but what is his legacy now that his time in New York is done? What is his legacy as a Knick?
Not much. I mean, I don't.
Really?
I think after a few years, not a few years, but a good amount of years, we're going to forget about Melo's legacy. I mean, he didn't really do much for us at the beginning.
Forgot about it already.
Yeah, I already forgot about him. But his first couple of years, I know he was kind of in his prime at that time. We had Stoudemire too, so we had a chance. Made a playoff run, but it wasn't enough. We never made the ship. And after that, it kind of faded away. I mean, you got to
never even came close.
Yeah. You got to blame half of it on the organization itself for not building around him.
I'll give him more than half, but
yeah,
Melo's gonna. He's not gonna be. I don't think he'll be completely forgotten, but he's not near the top tier of legacy. No. Maybe not even the second tier. But he was a good player for the Knicks. But he's gonna fade into obscurity because of how everything was handled.
He might even mess up OKC's chemistry.
We shall see. But anyway, it should be interesting to see how that team meshes out in OKC. Moving on, let's talk football. Okay, so after kind of a weird couple weeks, first 2 weeks, a lot of low scoring games. I think yesterday we had a lot of excitement. So Win, I'm going to ask you. Which NFL team really impressed you watching the games yesterday? Do you think really played well, and are you thinking like could be making a push?
Can I go with who played bad?
Okay, you want no, you stick to the question. All right?
No, I'm messing around. I hate to say it, but don't you get tired of saying the Patriots?
A little bit, but
yeah, but they lost the game.
The Patriots impressed you, or they disappointed you?
They won.
No, they impressed me as usual. Granted, they gave up a lot of points to a rookie quarterback, but rookie quarterbacks don't play that poorly against the Patriots.
What are you talking about? They've never won.
Never won in
Foxborough.
In Foxborough, you know what the record is? It's like something like 5-13. Now, hold on. I know it doesn't sound like that crazy, like 5-13, but when you actually look at the winning percentage of the Patriots over that time, it's actually pretty good. And I think it's because there's not a lot of film on these guys where Belichick can't really scout, and running quarterbacks have always given them a problem. I actually had them as an upset pick. The Texans winning outright didn't come to fruition, but when in doubt, Brady right down the field, boom, boom, boom.
I mean, to be honest, I think their defense actually has been very suspect, and I'll put them as one of the more disappointing teams so far, to be honest. They're still the class of the AFC, I think, in a lot of people's eyes, but the defense is definitely
Do you worry
sus.
about a Belichick defense, though, in the long run?
This one, yeah.
Yeah, big points they're giving up.
This one, yeah.
Yeah, I hear you, but
we're going to move it right along, Chris. Staying with the theme of this week's games. Basically, what was the most exciting game you watched yesterday? A lot of exciting games, overtime games that came down to the wire. Most exciting game yesterday.
Well, honestly, the most exciting game was actually the Thursday night game, to be honest, with the 41-39 score.
That was
unexpected,
huh?
That was awesome. That was awesome.
Finally, because the Thursday night games are usually
horrible. Yeah, usually garbage. Ended up, real. And Sammy Watkins went off my board.
All right, come
on. But yesterday, I mean, you could say the Giants game, I guess, was exciting, but I hated it, and I was disgusted, and I'm sick of the Giants at this point.
Well, we're going to get to them later.
Yeah, I know. Otherwise, honestly, I think
Packers with a big comeback. That was a great game.
Yeah, but that wasn't really super exciting to me.
It takes a lot to excite you, I guess, is what
I'm talking about. If you talk about excitement, like scoring and a lot of action and stuff like that.
That was a good game.
Yeah, no, it was definitely a good game, but there wasn't really like a high-scoring game.
I think it was like 48 points scored. What was the
total at the end? But the game was very,
I believe it was 30-24.
Lackluster at first.
27-24.
Pretty high score.
So what are you going with, Chris? If you had to say you said the Thursday night game.
The Thursday night game.
Right?
The Thursday night
just
game
goes to show you in the NFL, even the most unlikely game could be really exciting.
Exactly.
I'm going to kick it over to Phil now, just to basically, because now we got 3 weeks in. And, I mean, you can start to really get a read on some of these teams. It's still tough. Still trying to feel out a couple of these teams. But who do you think is really leading the pack now and really could be a favorite for the Super Bowl?
I'm not going to say Patriots because we all know Patriots are there.
Okay.
Chiefs look really good.
Chiefs look real good.
Because now all of a sudden you got two playmakers in Hunt and Hill to mess around with.
Very dynamic.
And a very good defense. And then I'll go NFC. I'll give you the Falcons really did not avoid as much of a hangover. I know there was a controversial win. That was exciting, too, with the Falcons and Lions, that whole finish. But they blew out the Packers at home, and they're 3-0, and they're both sitting at 3-0. So I'm impressed with the Falcons. I'm very impressed. I thought they would take a little step back, but they haven't. So I'm going to give you Falcons and Chiefs.
Okay, that's fair enough. Let's keep this thing moving. Sticking with the NFL, and now let's talk local teams. All right, it's a sad state of affairs right now. It ain't looking pretty. But, I mean, let's just start with that Giant game. It was a disaster. A lot of finger-pointing you could do Monday in that locker room. Who is to blame? I'm going to kick it over to you, Chris. Who is to blame for this crushing loss yesterday?
Oh, it's clearly Ben McAdoo. Ben McAdoo's to blame for everything. Everything.
I'm actually starting to completely agree with Chris. I think he's a horrible coach
McAdoo's the worst coach in the NFL.
Like a deer in the headlights.
What about Reese?
Right?
Reese has got to get a little blame.
I mean, yeah, I guess, but during the offseason made the wrong moves, and now you're not doing anything about this offensive line.
Play calling
it's just
horrendous.
bad.
The play calling
was bad.
Horrendous.
You got to blame McAdoo a lot. Obviously, you got to, as the team itself, you got to blame the offensive line and Eli a little bit too. Eli looked a little bit. Yeah,
great game.
He looked good yesterday.
Come on, he had to get
better. Yeah,
he had to get rid of the ball in 1.5
I know,
seconds.
and he threw for over 300 yards.
That was a great stat you said, Phil.
1.86 seconds.
Unbelievable.
Average. He got the ball out. last game.
2. Well, yeah, when
That's
you have no
that was
left
by
tackle.
far the quickest of the NFL that week.
And that's
by
pretty
far.
much what they're going to have
You got
to
to make
do.
your decision 1.8 seconds. That's a lot to ask.
I know, but I blame
Just
Eli
saying.
for being so damn slow.
Guys, how about the running game?
The running game's atrocious.
Atrocious.
Paul Perkins, get rid of him. See you later.
Now,
Gone.
Darkwood looks better.
Darkwood
who might be hurt.
Can Shane Vereen get a carry?
No,
Is
he's
that
not.
possible?
It's sad that he's our best
No, I know, but
running
like,
back. It's sad.
Can he be worse than these guys? I'm being honest. I
He's
know
not.
he's old, but does he ever get a handoff?
I don't know. So now, I mean, kind of just tying in with that, I'm going to kick it to you, Win.
Yeah.
So basically, how do you fix this team right now? Is there a solution? How do we fix this team?
That's all right.
That's
It's
a
not an
really
easy
tough
question. But where
I
do you
mean,
start? Where do you start?
You have to give Flowers a little help.
You have to move him. Don't give him help. Move him. I'm sorry. That's
All right.
not the answer.
Hold on.
But
Hold
is it
on.
all
Hold
his
on.
fault?
Move him. Move him.
It's when you have your left tackle getting beat, it's tough. Put a tight end, put Ellison in, play a little two tight end, 2 wide receiver package, leave him into block, help him out. That's what I would do. That's where I would start. But
Move him. Whoever's after Flowers cannot be worse than Flowers. Flowers is obviously the worst. So,
All right.
put
So
someone
I
else
think
there.
we all agree offensive line
Sorry.
is the huge problem here. Now I'm going to kick it over to you, Phil. With the Jets win yesterday, actually an impressive win, are the Jets actually a better team than the Giants? Something we would never have said
Oh my
at the
God! They
beginning.
have a
of the
better
season.
record than the
I
Giants.
will not say they're the better team, but I will say that at this moment, right now, you can make the argument you'd rather be a Jet fan than a Giant fan.
because
Because the Jets have now, with high expectations, the Giants with high expectations have started to completely crash. The Jets are a fighting team,
but
and
whose
they might get
future
a
is
high
better?
pick.
You can't say you'd rather be a Jet. The Jets have no future.
How could you say it? What if next year they get a top pick, a last place schedule, and they might actually have a pretty good year next
That's
year?
a lot to
The
ask.
Giants have a lot of work to do in the future.
For a team that a lot of people were picking
The Giants' window is closing. The Jets obviously don't have a window,
Right.
but they can start to try to open it. That's all I'm saying.
All right, let's kick it over to baseball now. Postseason's coming up. The seedings are pretty much all but set. We got 1 week left in the season. And Win, I'm going to start with you, right? So the Yankees are pretty much locked in to that wild card game, though,
It's
right?
all right. I said at the beginning of the year.
I got to ask you, though. How confident are you headed into that? It looks like a wild card game home against Minnesota. How confident are you?
You got to be very confident. You have to be very confident. You have Severino, one of the best pitchers in baseball, needs to pitch that game, and you have what should be a very good bullpen. Chapman is looking much better than he looked
He is.
last month.
He is.
Judge is on fire again. The guy went a month and a half. He was missing. There were wanted posters in the locker room looking for this guy, but he's back now. He looks good.
Milk cartons.
All right? Milk cartons. Yeah.
Milk carton.
So, I mean, long story short, you got to feel good. They just dominated the Twins. However, it does scare me. It's only one game.
Yeah.
It's only one game. So it's confidence you have to feel. If Severino's off, if, you face Barrios, let's say, and he throws a gem, you might lose a 2-1 game.
Well,
you
I
might
think-
lose a 7-1 game if Severino gets it. One game, you never know.
Just to finish off on that, I mean, and they might throw Santana, maybe Barrios. I'm not sure. Santana's had a great year. But the bottom line is baseball is all about the series. And I'm not a huge fan of this
Not
one-game
at all.
playoff.
Not at
But
all.
you know what? You got to
It-
make
it
do.
drives
You
ratings.
got to show up, and you got to really just you got to take the game. They're a favorite for that game, and you got to feel good going in. I'm going to say now, I'm going to kick it over to Chris, right? So, season's all but over. Some huge years this year,
Yeah.
right? So, if we're looking at MVPs, I know when you threw out Judge, who are your favorites right now for AL and NL MVP? Is Judge AL MVP?
So, yeah, start with AL. No. I mean, I know he hit the 50th homer, and that's going to give him a lot of votes. That's going to help the push. But you know what? He's an easy candidate to just throw right into the Rookie of the Year, like Corey Seager last year.
Why can't he be both?
And because he could be, but it's much easier to get Altuve. Altuve is having an unbelievable year. He's going to win the batting title. I mean, he's the best offensive player on a Houston Astros team that's dominant and made the playoffs dominantly. And probably going to are they going to have home field advantage throughout?
No,
or is it
It's gonna be
Cleveland?
close.
No,
It's gonna be close.
it's
like
gonna
a
be
game
Cleveland.
apart.
Okay, so
They're
to
game
be,
apart.
I think that's
Is
the
it just a game?
difference. I think that's the
Maybe
difference.
two.
He's on the better team, and he was the star of that team. Judge,
let me
they're
jump in
barely
here.
making the playoffs.
Real
Yeah,
quick, let
when,
me jump in.
please.
They're not barely making the playoffs.
If you take Judge out of that lineup from April to
The beginning of the
say,
year, yeah.
the All-Star break, the Yankees are probably 5 games on.
All right, it's a pleasant surprise.
No,
Absolutely.
But it's more
if
than
you
that.
were-
Come on.
50 home runs.
The guy's doing.
But then he got cold as
Hold on.
ice.
Okay, I understand that. But the guy's doing things that people haven't done in 50, 60 years as a rookie.
I mean, I
He's
think
having
with,
a tremendous
Set the
year.
record.
With
A
his-
ridiculous
All time. No,
on base.
not
And the
50,
way he's finishing
not 50,
this season-
60, hundreds of years. All-time record. Home
Right.
run.
all right, and,
Well,
and
yeah.
just to stick with, I mean, there's a rookie who hit 50 home runs, and he's not the only rookie who's hitting homers, right? Bellinger has almost 40 for the Dodgers.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Phil, I'm going to kick it over to you now. Crazy year for home runs. They already broke the MLB record for total home runs in
Like
the
2 weeks
season.
ago.
2 weeks ago, right? So, what's going on with all these home runs? Is it a good thing? Is it a bad
I'm going
thing?
to defer to an interview I heard with Mark Teixeira, who unequivocally said the balls are juiced. He said 100% the balls are juiced, and I never heard
For ratings.
I never heard a former player say it was. He said he picked up a ball. He said I'm watching, feeling the ball, watching the home runs. They're juiced.
I
He's
believe
just
him.
jealous
So-
because he couldn't hit any homers in his last 3 years or whatever.
So I'm going
come
to kick
on.
it to that. I wouldn't be surprised if that's true. I know I haven't felt an MLB ball, but something has to be going on that they have more
Yeah.
home runs now than the steroid era.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's common
So
sense.
I would think the balls are juiced.
If you have guys like Gardner hitting 25 homers who are not home run hitters,
Yeah.
I mean that's
Yeah.
that raises a flag. You know, I mean,
It's been happening for the past couple of years now that the home
No,
runs have been going up and up
yeah, but
and up.
the pitchers dominated maybe 3-4 years ago, and then like you said, little by little. But this year is ridiculous.
Right.
It's another
It's
planet.
hitting,
Overall, good for the game, bad for the game?
It's good for the game.
Good for ratings.
I think
Chicks
baseball's
dig the long
dying
ball.
out. Chicks dig the long ball. Absolutely.
I don't like it.
That wraps up our 10-minute rundown. Nice job, guys. We're going to move right into our next segment. Donnie, what you got to say over there?
And just to cut in, so it's 2.5 games that Cleveland has for the overall best record.
Okay.
And that's
Okay.
with a week of baseball left, so that's a pretty big deal.
How many in the loss column? 2 or 3?
It's 2 in the loss.
Two in the
column.
loss.
Yep.
Okay.
And just for a quick update, Cowboys Cardinals 7-7 going into the half.
Boring.
Prescott really did nothing in the first half. Carson Palmer threw all over the Cowboys.
How did the Cowboys
Wow.
score?
It was a Prescott
Prescott
run.
Thank you.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right, great. So let's go to our "Are You Kidding Me" segment, right? And I know Donnie's got something for us this week. So Donnie, shock us. What is your "Are You Kidding Me"?
All right, so we were talking about a little Jets-Giants football earlier. So the "Are You Kidding Me" for this week is that Josh McCown is statistically going to have a better year than Eli Manning when all is said and done.
All right. Well,
Where's my Eli for MVP thing?
let's
Oh, we
just
did that.
preface this. Let's preface this
Yeah,
with
go.
with about a month ago, the man to my left, right, actually said Eli Manning would win the MVP, and we got to talk about that, right?
That was
That's
more
long
than a month
gone.
ago.
2 months.
That was an
ago.
"Are you kidding me?"
What
back
does it
in the
matter?
summer.
It was
All
before
right.
the season
But it was an
started.
"Are you kidding me?"
Those odds are long gone.
Okay, those
Okay.
odds are out the
Just
window. But now, actually, Donnie's
Fourth to go
attacking you
13,
here. He's
okay.
saying he's going to go and say that McCown's going to have a start it off win. I mean, get it.
Come on, let's be serious. It's silly. It's silly. Do I even have
That's
to
all
say
you got
that?
to say.
What else do I have to say?
McCown-
Josh McCown is going to finish better than Eli Manning?
Do you think?
Come on.
Do you think Josh McCown will finish the
Stop.
season as the Jets QB?
You know, he's.
That's another good question.
He's been pretty decent.
He has been, but do you think he'll finish the season as the Jets QB?
I'm going to
Probably.
say yes. I'm going to say yes.
I
Unless
don't think
he gets
he
hurt.
will.
I don't think he will either.
I
Why?
think they're gonna. I think they're gonna end up like, let's say 2-10 at one point, and they're gonna realize we need to see.
They're
what,
playing the Browns next week.
I understand. I thought they're playing the Jaguars.
I'm sorry, the Jaguars and the Browns. They
Jaguars
might
will
be
beat 'em.
3-2.
Jaguars are good.
All right, they'll be
Yeah,
2
baby.
They're 2-10.
I got you.
They're gonna see. We gotta see what Christian Hackberger has. That's it.
Hackenberger?
Hackenberger.
He has nothing.
Hackenberger.
But
Did I say burger?
No, I
Oh.
think that going back to what Donnie said, I mean, there's no way that McCown could finish with better stats than Eli. Eli's got weapons all over the field, even with nobody playing left tackle.
That's the thing. He's doing better with no weapons than Eli with all these weapons.
Robbie
That's
Anderson.
sad.
I
That's sad.
understand,
perfect
but
order,
when you
Robbie
have nobody protecting you, you're in a little bit of trouble. I honestly, I
McCown can
put
move.
too much faith
McCown can move.
in the Giant coaching staff.
Oh, okay.
In fixing the offensive line from within. I thought, they had a whole year. They have to see something that we don't see, not to make a move, and they didn't make a move.
McAdoo.
McAdoo.
Sorry.
I agree.
Sorry.
McAdoo.
I mean,
It goes back to Reese too, not wanting to
McAdoo.
say that Eric Flowers was his
Yes.
pick and he bust.
was a mistake.
And
You're
Eli
right about
Apple's
that.
another one who's been horrible.
Pride
this year.
before
All
the
right.
fall.
Well, all right,
Pride
let's go.
before the fall.
Donnie,
Remember
this is your child here. Your "Are You Kidding Me?" Right. So why don't you say a little bit about why?
Yeah.
Well, McCown's led an offense that's put up 20 each of the last 2 weeks, which Eli hasn't been able to do in some time.
He's right.
He did.
Um,
21.
we
No,
did it
Eli
this
had
week.
21.
His QB rating is a couple of points higher, so I can't say that it's over the top.
Who'd they play
But-
week 1, the Jets? I
And the
forgot.
Jets have sad to say, the Jets have a better line, which is not saying much at all. And Todd Bowles actually letting McCown
the
throw
Bills.
the ball. So, and he's being
The Jets
successful.
have played
It's
the
pretty
Bills and
But the Bills
Dolphins.
beat the Broncos.
So what?
Donnie, how many
the Broncos
touchdowns?
amazing?
And the Raiders as well.
They're good.
How many
Alright.
touchdowns did McCown throw this year?
I'd say he put up
20.
That's that guy.
20. I think he put up 4 touchdowns so far.
No, how many
No,
is he going to
total.
end up
How many
with?
does he end up
Total.
with?
Oh, it wind up 22.
Okay, all right.
Eli's going to top 22.
Eli should throw more than 22. but
One thing I could say real quick. The thing is that you saw.
He put up 10 against the one. What do you,
Yeah, but here's the thing. This is what I want to say. Since Odell has come back healthy, Eli looks a lot better. The field has opened up, and he looked a lot better with
He looked
Odell.
a lot better in the fourth quarter yesterday.
Well, the second half.
Second half. All right.
it's a step in the right direction.
Right.
Yes.
But listen,
Which is why if they would have won, it would have been such a big
Yep.
win.
You know-
can't win said it right. He said they're going to be a 4-5, and you're going to be thinking, wow, if we only won the Eagles game.
I don't know. This team's got so many things. that
Okay,
it
3 and
needs to
6.
fix.
And you're
Yeah.
going to be, oh, man.
3 and 6.
I'm very disappointed in their defense too.
No, when the defense is on the
They're
field,
getting exhausted.
all the
No,
time.
we
Yeah,
could
they're
talk about this all
exhausted.
day. Come on, we could talk
And then
about
we
this all
lost
day.
Jenkins
Yes,
and Goodson.
I hear you, but the defense is supposed to be like this team. Oh, great defense, which it's supposed to be. You get 21-14 lead, you give it up instantly. Then you get a
gotta give 'em that.
24-21 lead, you give it up again.
Got to give him that. Well, what about Brad Wing? That guy
I was going to
stinks.
mention
Oh, Brad
Wing.
Wing,
That
yeah.
was terrible.
What is it with the
Just
Giants
bring back Matt
punting to
Dodge.
the Eagles?
Just bring back Matt Dodge.
I don't know.
Giants
We always
is
have
the
trouble
end of the
with that.
game with the Eagles.
We always have
Giants,
trouble with the Eagles in general. It's a divisional thing.
Yeah, man.
All right, so that wraps up. Are you kidding me? I mean, listen, that would be something else. Nobody would have called that at the beginning of the year. But Donnie, I don't think you're crazy in saying that. The way this offensive line looks
You're
early
crazy.
I think you're crazy.
on, maybe you're a little crazy. I don't know.
I don't think he's crazy.
But anyway, let's move on to our first ever.
Dun, 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 dun.
We need some music, Paulie. First ever trivia segment. All right.
I believe it was Monday
That's
Night
Monday
Football.
Night Football. You better cut that because you get sued for that one.
First ever trivia over here at Bridgeside Sports Live. So the way this is going to work is we break it up into teams. And Donnie, why don't you tell us what our topic is for trivia today?
Okay, so earlier today you brought up
Don't cheat.
MVPs in the MLB. Today we're going to go into AL and NL MVP awards
Why are
from
you
the year
talking like that?
2000 through last year.
Why are you talking like that?
Do we have to go in order?
Sounds good.
All right, so we don't have to go in order here. So what? So the teams here are me and Win
Correct?
versus Chris and Phil.
Correct.
Gotta stop, bro.
So
right.
I'm going to give you guys 2 minutes each. You guys are going to have the AL MVP, and Chris and Phil are going to have the NL MVPs. You're going to go first. You're going to have 2 minutes to name as many as you can.
Okay, so now real quick. So are we writing these down, or we're going to say them out loud?
You're going to say them out loud.
And you're going to count them off.
I will.
And this is from what year?
From 2000 through last year.
Okay.
All right.
2000 to last
Let me know
year.
when you're ready, Donnie.
Okay.
Let me know when the clock has started.
Getting ready in.
Are we going back and forth, or are we just
No, it's just
shouting?
us. Wait,
Oh,
just
okay.
us, right? For 2 minutes?
I would try to keep it as organized as possible.
Okay.
I have to hear you.
All right,
All right.
I might need to write some stuff down here as we go.
All right. Ready?
All right.
All right, we are ready in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
A-Rod.
Cabrera.
Trout. Tejada. Giambi.
Take it easy over there.
Ramirez. Ortiz. No.
Josh
no.
Hamilton. Josh Donaldson. They get extra time to think. That's not fair.
Yeah, but we also have a different disadvantage.
Wynn was thinking up the joint here.
No, because Trout's got like 6 of them, but we have a couple guys that have a ton.
Vlad Guerrero.
We don't have that.
That might be
Guerrero,
before.
yeah.
Was that before, maybe? I don't know.
Cologne? No.
Verlander.
There you go, pitcher, Verlander. That's what I was thinking. Detroit. How much time? Oakland.
55 seconds.
Oakland, Texas, Seattle. Ichiro. Seattle. Who's Houston? Who's the other team in that division? Angels. No. Yankees, Red Sox, Ramirez, Blue Jays.
That's
Breeze.
definitely right.
Who's the other team in that division? Anybody in the White Sox? When they
No.
Beltran,
Who else we thinking?
Twins, Mauer, Morneau.
More no.
I think that might be I think we got everybody. Tigers, Indians. Who's the other team? Royals. Anybody in the Royals?
No.
Pedro.
We're definitely missing one here.
Zito, Mulder, Hudson. No pitchers.
I think it was just Verlander was the only AL.
Yeah, I think. How much time? Tommy.
You are done.
How many we got?
Okay. So, Mike Trout won 2. I gave you credit for that because it's the only
you
one
get
you said.
2, of course.
Right. No, I mean, if somebody won 3, you
Cabrera's
have to
got a
mention
couple, no?
Yeah, Cabrera definitely has more than one.
Cabrera has 2.
All right, so that's 4. How many more?
No. You. All right, so you mentioned Cabrera once. I don't feel as though.
What do I have to say? Cabrera?
Or you just say twice, for Christ's sake. You're just naming names.
Yeah, that's
What do you want me to do?
All right, tell us how many we got total.
Yeah,
I get
13.
Cabrera better be twice in that.
No, he was not.
What, Donnie? What are you kidding me? I'm going to say it. I have to say it. Miguel Cabrera. Mike's going to say Miguel Cabrera.
But you're only doing it from 2000 through now. You could say, if you think he won it twice, you could say he won it twice.
Okay.
But I assumed that you would have known that. I know he won it twice. Trout won it twice. Trout won it.
Yeah, this was
Pujols
not.
was going to win it 6 times.
No.
Hey, don't give them any ideas over there. Bonds too.
Pujols and Bonds. That's half their list.
So wait, they got the.
Hold on. They have to
we
say.
win.
They have to say Pujols.
They have to say the
Bonds,
exact
Bonds,
number,
Bonds,
otherwise
Bonds, Kent.
Yeah.
It should just be the person, and that's it. Not how many times.
They have to say the number of how many they think, like Pujols and Bonds won, and you subtract the difference.
And
I don't know.
they read it 3.
This is going to be as controversial as Sausage Gate 2017.
This is ridiculous.
When we went on 13.
14. Go. I want Cabrera. Go.
But you didn't have to name, you had not that many names to mention. You could have said Cabrera twice. You could have said A-Rod 3 times.
all right.
Wait, I only got A-Rod once?
Huh?
I only got A-Rod once.
You only named him once.
That's messed up.
Are you kidding me?
Up next, Phil and Chris.
I'm done.
Analyst and Dr. Phil.
He's out.
Wins.
I don't blame him. I'm furious, but I'm the host. I can't leave.
So, I guess we got to name certain like Bonds 5. You know what I mean?
All right, well, we're going to see.
So, are we going?
All right, can we
Hold
start
on.
the clock on these
right.
guys? They
Nope.
should only get a minute because they've been thinking for like 4.
Yeah, but we got to know like how many times Bonds and Pujols are half the field.
Yeah, how'd you guys get so
Well, you're going to
lucky?
figure this out then.
What do you mean? How we
They've
get
had
so
6
terrible?
minutes to think.
All right,
What are we doing
All right,
here?
we're starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You want me to do it? Okay, so I'm going to do the ones first. Clayton Kershaw won. Jeff Kent, Chris Bryant. Who was the other one we said?
Well, let's go. We got Barry Bonds.
Bonds,
I believe
like,
we have him 4 times.
4 times. We got Pujols twice.
I believe it was 3. Pujols is 3.
Or 3.
ridiculous.
3,
We
yeah. Pujols 3.
We got everyone.
We got. Who else did we say? Harper won.
Harper's 1.
Yep.
Stop talking if you're not
We said
going
Kershaw.
Harper.
currently.
We said Kershaw. We said Harper.
We didn't say.
We said Bonds. We
we're
said
missing somebody.
Pujols.
We're missing somebody. We
I don't
said.
think Votto won one, but Votto.
Give me the belt.
-1 if you say a name that is not correct.
We said Jeff Kent. Who was the recent one? We said another one recently, and we're forgetting it now.
Go through the team.
How much
We got
time, Dave?
Diamondbacks.
Yeah.
The Diamondbacks.
I don't think Goldschmidt ever won.
Goldschmidt, no. Rockies. No one on the Rockies won from 2000.
No.
We got the Dodgers. We got Kershaw. Who else do we have on the
Kent.
Kent. We said the
You said
Giants.
Kent.
Kent and Bonds.
You said Kent.
They said
Yeah.
Kent 3 times, so that
Yeah.
should be negative.
No one on the Prince Fielder. Ryan Braun.
Good. Lance
At the
Berkman?
Brewers. The Brewers.
Wait, ew, you got to say clearly. If I don't hear you, you don't get it.
Prince Fielder. Ryan Braun.
Lance Berkman.
Lance Berkman. I don't think he
No.
won the MVP though.
Okay.
Jose Altuve apparently
Nice
is going to win
try.
it this year. So,
No, but he's on a different.
I know.
We said Kershaw. We said
Clemens won the Cy Young. He didn't win the MVP. That
no.
year.
How much time, Dave?
The Marlins, the Mets,
Miguel
30
Cabrera.
seconds.
The
No.
Marlins, the Mets, the Nationals. We said Harper. The Braves. No one of them.
Vlad Guerrero.
Chipper Jones won '99. Chipper Jones, did he win 2000? No, Kent did.
Ken Caminetti.
Ken Kemeny won '98.
Jeff Bagwell. Craig Biggio. I don't know. Let me think.
We definitely won. We
Who
got
else?
everyone.
Who else is there? I can't think of anybody.
Can't think
5
of the NL
seconds.
right now. Yeah, well, I think
I think we got a lot.
You're done.
I'll take.
Okay.
I'll take.
I think we
the
got a
W's.
lot.
So, what you didn't get,
Yeah.
what we're gonna go down to the bottom of the list, starting from the most recent.
You said Chris Bryant.
Yes, you did.
Oh.
What you didn't say was McCutcheon, Buster Posey.
Ooh. I thought
You
of
luckily threw out Joey Votto, and you got that.
I told you, Votto.
Jimmy Rollins, Ryan Howard, you guys missed.
Oh, wow.
Philly the whole
connection.
Phillies.
Forget the Phillies made a run there.
Yep.
So it wound up as a tie, 13-13.
Nice.
Yeah, Purdue.
We had that other one, too.
Yeah,
We had that other one.
I
So wait
think
a
we
minute.
know who won this in
Let me
real
just
life.
say this.
What do you mean?
So you mean? Hold on. Let me just
That
get
was
this out of my
horrible. I
system.
should have got
Hold
Rollins
on,
or
let
Howard.
us talk. Let us talk.
So
Please.
we're getting penalized for not saying the same word twice because our statistician couldn't.
No, it's not saying the name twice. If you think so, you
how
obviously
many
thought
times?
somebody won it more than once. Why would you not say Alex Rodriguez won 3?
All right, DB, I got a question for you. Though.
Okay, if I say Alex Rodriguez
maybe
won
I should have
6.
set it up better, but you still didn't get it correct.
DB, did we miss any names?
No,
Can you
let's
go through
see.
our list, please? Because you went through their list.
I don't think we did.
We don't have time.
Giambi Ichiro, Miguel Tejada,
Got it.
Alex Rodriguez. Of
Got
course,
it.
you got Guerrero.
Got it.
You got Morneau.
Got it.
You didn't get Pedroia.
Oh,
you missed somebody. There we go.
Pedroia.
Okay.
That was
right.
only one.
Correct.
So we
you
missed
went
one,
perfect.
they missed 4, and somehow we tied.
I think we need to get the
Well, first of all, you had the AL, which is a much easier one to do than the NL.
Albert Pujols had 7 MVPs. Him, Bonds, and Kent. That's
what
6 right there.
exactly. We had Bonds and Pujols, and they basically
It's a tie.
comprised of the whole thing.
Okay, so you only have that
Okay,
many that fewer
And that
names
is
to
the
think
first
of.
segment of
All
trivia.
right.
Who won?
Unbelievable.
There's already controversy.
It's 13-13. Let's do a last question.
Yeah. Let's do the top.
Moving on. We gotta move on.
Nah, I don't even.
Suicide match.
There's nothing to talk about. We won. We missed 1. You guys missed 4.
Listen.
What are you talking about?
All right. Well, this is going to carry over into next week, and it's going to make it even more exciting because
Perfect.
there's already hostility going on here. Okay, but we need to finish. We need to move
Question
to
of the
our
week.
question of the week. Okay, guys. So NFL, man. It's like the darling sport of America. Everybody loves to watch it on Sundays. Hey,
We're listening.
but a lot going on. With suspensions, protests. Is there a way that we can envision that the NFL drops out of the top spot and maybe another sport moves into the number one spot in America? I'll start it with you, Chris. What do you think?
Roger Goodell. Kick him out of the league.
So you think it starts with Roger Goodell?
I don't know where it starts with that organization. I don't know what goes on behind the scenes in the NFL organization, but I mean,
It's a league. It's an organization.
Goodell's whatever. It is an organization technically. It's an organization is a structure of people. So anyway. I don't know what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is,
no idea.
Roger Goodell's the face of that of the NFL. Who knows if he's just a figurehead or not? But either way, it's sloppy. It's very sloppy. It all starts with. Think about this: Colin Kaepernick, right? Gets nobody like he's like banned. He's like blacklisted because he kneeled. Now all of a sudden, the whole teams are kneeling. All these things are going on. Kaepernick's still not on a team. Yet Joe Mixon, the NFL rookie on the Cincinnati Bengals, punched a girl in the face as hard as he could, but he's allowed to play. It makes no sense because even though what Kaepernick did, okay, don't do it, but he didn't do anything so wrong. He didn't punch a girl in the face. I'll tell you that right now. That's a little ridiculous. It's a little backwards, the NFL.
So you're saying that it's like the Wild West. There's no order.
Who knows what the rules are? With this shit.
Goodell is what is it? Judge, jury, and executioner. Like when he makes suspensions, if he just does what he wants. I mean, I think the NFL will remain at the top only because of gambling and fantasy.
Yeah.
And that's
It's
it.
the most exciting.
It's just if you don't have a fantasy team and things like that, and people don't, it's kind of boring. Like if you have like no rooting interest,
I disagree.
It could be boring.
well.
Well, think
All
about
right,
it.
you're watching. How do you feel watching Bengals Ravens?
How do you feel about watching the Royals versus?
Yes.
I mean,
But it's because it's once a week. People are more likely to tune in.
That's
When you
the
play
point,
162 games, it's not as it's more drawn out. So that's why I think it will stay because it happens less frequently, and people are. It's more of a reason to hang out. It's more of a social thing. It's not a social thing to watch Royals Twins in August.
no, it's certainly not.
Certainly
Right? So that's why I think it.
You want to come over and watch the Royals Twins?
But I mean, let's
I'll be right there. Let's go.
Let's even just talk about baseball problems. I mean, the games are way too long.
Boy, yeah, long.
Yeah, you see, baseball is falling off a cliff in America. I mean, there's the diehards that
They're old.
Have
Why are they
grown up
long,
on
though?
it but it's
Why
just
is it considered long?
It's not sexy to play baseball anymore. You know, you see it. The young
I
kids.
see it firsthand. Yeah,
But what I'm going to throw something out there. What about basketball?
I think
fellas?
that's
They all have
actually you're
flaws.
going right into it. I think football. I can easily envision a time when it's not number one. I don't think it's what you guys. It's the head injuries. You give it a generational, give it a generational gap. Parents are not going to want their kids to play football anymore.
CTE.
I'm telling you, it's gonna. Look at Aaron Hess just came out severe CTE. He was 27 years old and he had severe CTE. What about the guys that played till 36 or 37 years old? People are gonna stop playing it. This is more serious than people give it credit for. Like you're just saying, no, they're not going to. Parents are gonna stop having their kids to play, and basketball is going to take over football.
All right, bring it in.
Basketball is going to catch football.
Yeah, let's get Chris.
I just want to say
Might take
this.
years, but they will.
Every one of these big three sports, baseball, football, basketball, have their major flaws.
Agreed.
They each have major flaws. I mean, basketball's flaws, obviously, that it's top heavy and everybody acts like like the thing, and then all of a sudden everybody's resting throughout the year. Every team's doing it.
Trying to
besides
fix
LeBron.
that this year, but-
Exactly. They're trying to fix that, but they have problems. Then you got football with its problems, the rule changes, and this, that, and the other thing. Then baseball is just because it's more
slow.
boring, it's slow, there's a lot more games, and think about it. People want to see action. And baseball, there's no physical action. Like football, there's physical action. Basketball, there's physical action.
skill involved.
You know what
It's
sport
Right,
you
it's a
didn't
different
mention?
sport. I love baseball.
Hockey.
Don't get me wrong. I love the sport.
You know what sport you didn't mention?
Hockey, but it's not one of the three major sports.
Hockey cannot. Here's the problem with hockey is that just in America, there's not enough. It's too hot. In a lot of
it's a
places.
Canadian sport.
It's just it's not the climate.
Logistically, it doesn't work.
Let me ask you guys a question, though. In 20 years, what sport do you think will have the most participation from youth going into wanting to play? Do you think it'll be NFL, NBA, or baseball?
NBA.
Basketball.
NBA.
And it's
And I think that bodes very well for basketball.
Yeah, but it's a lot easier. The reason it happens because it's a lot easier to pick up a basketball
Yes,
and go play.
I
You don't need any equipment. You don't need anything.
I understand
You can
that.
go by yourself
I
with your
understand.
Plus,
friends.
you don't get severe injuries.
Right. So that's why it's like soccer is so popular in all these countries because all you need is a ball and a little field. There's a lot of other equipment that's needed, especially
that helps
for hockey.
basketball.
Okay, but doesn't mean
It'll
it's
be
necessarily,
interesting to see soccer. I
Basketball's
think
number 2 right
soccer is
now.
going to continue to take off in America, and I think it's going to gain some of the share.
Yeah.
Not in terms of it'll never be top, but
No.
I mean basketball's trends in the right direction. But I still have a huge problem with it. Why don't we just have a 20-game series between the top 4 teams because that's all that matters anyway.
Right.
You know, why am I going to watch the Knicks waste
Hold
my
on,
time?
I'm sorry, but that's easier to fix than the NFL's problems.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
NFL.
more
Would you not agree with that? The NFL have some severe problems
With youth.
that are going to be hard to fix.
I agree.
Basketball's problems, maybe you can fix them.
Let's get the last word in here from Wynn. Go ahead.
in reference to what?
I don't know. You look like you were ready to say something.
No,
I made a good last word. Why don't you just finish
You
on
did
that?
so very nicely.
Good job.
Donnie, you want to chime in here?
Well, I'm just going
We
to
won.
tell the listeners tomorrow on Bridgeside Live, August on Sunday.
Can you stop with the voice? You're not going to do the voice every week, are you?
I'm thinking about it.
la la.
Bridgeside August on Sunday.
We're going to get sued for that. You can't do that.
I can do it. If Boomer Esiason can do it, I can do it.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in for another
That's a good
edition
last word.
of Bridgeside Sports Live. Come back. Check us next Monday. We go on. Same half-an-hour format. And please click throughout the week. We got a ton of segments coming at you. We got a new Dr. Phil segment coming at you. We have the analysts talking fantasy. We got Donnie and Boo talking picks and win. We're going to get you somewhere. I know you want it. You're chomping at the bit.
It comes. These things take time.
Just want to see you flip out about something.
After I get married.
So check us out. That's right. He's got to get the ring on the finger. But anyway, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it, and we'll see you next Monday. Peace out, guys.